So how are you doing
Yeah.
today?
I'm good, mate. You?
I'm not too bad. I'm not too bad. So my first question I wanted to ask is what made you start boxing?
Well, when I was 10 years old, I was a bit of a tearaway, bit of a naughty lad. Used to get into trouble at school and that. And my neighbour next door, he was taking his son down to Brendan Ingles' gym down here in Sheffield. And I tagged along on a Saturday morning with him. And the rest is history, like you say. I took a shine to it and I've kept my hand in ever since.
Okay. So what was your amateur career like?
It was a bit patchy. I joined the forces at 16, so I had a couple of junior bouts. I had a few fights while I was serving in the army, and then when I come out of the army, obviously I had a couple of amateurs as well, just to keep my feet in. I never really, I'll be honest, I never had any intentions of turning professional. We were just using it to get fit.
Okay, so you've got an upcoming fight with Ricky Reeves for the cruiserweight
Yeah,
area title on the 22nd of April. How are you
we
going
have.
into that fight?
Very prepared, to be fair. Obviously, me and Ricky behind the scenes, he's been one of my main sparring partners since I've been a professional. I turned professional a bit before Ricky. He did a bit more in the amateurs while I was doing that. And then Ricky finally got his debut, which I went to support him. And we've obviously helped each other through his career so far. And we've always talked about if the opportunity comes, we know we'd have to fight each other. And I couldn't think of a better opportunity than a central area title. So it's obviously business as business. That friendship's going to have to be put to one side while we deal with it and let the best man on the night win. That's all I can say.
If you win that fight, where do you want to go from there?
Well, obviously, we'll see what options are open. I think me and Ricky have honoured a rematch. Obviously, um, so basically, the loser, if it's a competitive fight, the loser will get an opportunity to have another crack. Um, Obviously, after I've got that out of the way and I've beat Ricky twice, then we'll see what doors open.
Do you think after that fight you'll go back to sparring and being friends, or
I'd like to think so. Obviously, up to the build up to the fight is enemy number one now. That's how this sport's got to work. It is sport. End of the day, I wish him a safe cam. I want to get in, do the business, get the job done, and then hopefully we can shake hands after and have a bit of banter about it. But obviously, I'm going in there fully prepared for war, and I'm advising him to do the same because he's not going to have an easy night's work.
okay? So what are your plans for 2023?
Obviously, we're boxing April 22nd for the Central Area title here in, well, like Edge of Sheffield at Rotherham at the Magna Centre. We'll get that done. Obviously, there'll be a rematch at some point with Ricky. I would also like the opportunity to defend the WBF title that I've picked up, courtesy of Howard Goldberg and Dennis Hobson. So I'm waiting on potential big fights with that. And then obviously we'll see what opportunities come knocking. The cruiserweight division at the minute is there's quite a lot of competition out there, and there's a lot of big opportunities to upset them in the top 10. So any opportunities I get and the money talks, we'll go and have a go with them.
So what would you say your dream fight is?
Dream fight. Well, at the minute, I'm watching this pantomime unfold with Jake Paul and Tommy Fury, and it's quite embarrassing the amount of publicity it's getting for the lack of quality in the fighters. What I will say is I've been calling on Tommy Fury's door for since I've turned professional, and Jake Paul for one simple thing: the money involved. And obviously, I have watched them, and I'll give them both the credits. They've both improved since turning professional. Obviously, Jake Paul, I'm not even calling him a professional. I don't think he is a professional. I can't work it out how it's even happening, to be fair. But they have improved, and obviously the money's there to fight them kind of lads because obviously the kids are looking at these YouTubers and influencers like that's the way forward in life. So I won't mind a crack at one of them and a bit of that pie. Do you know what I mean? I don't think they'd risk fighting me because obviously they aren't picking these fights. They're fighting each other for the amount of money that's involved, and obviously that's what it's all about to them. But on a realistic side, down at my end, I've grafted all my life to be in this position. I'm still working a job as part time as a labourer, and I'm having to train and do what I do. And I know Ricky works full time, and it's quite a discredit to the sport, to be honest, that them two are doing what they're doing. But obviously, if I got the opportunity, I wouldn't mind a decent payday off it. I can't see it happening though. I don't think they'll bother.
Okay, who do you think will win that, Tommy or Jake?
Right. Well, if you'd have asked me 2 years ago, I'd have said Tommy Fury definitely. I'll be honest with you. I don't think he's really improved. I don't think he's improved on any of his ability. And Jake Paul, for all his faults and his lack of boxing ability and the opponents he's picked, he has actually improved as he's gone along. Obviously, with all the money behind him, he's got the best team, no doubt, and dietitians and training plans, and he is doing all right. So I'm not going to discredit them both that much. Obviously, they're in a good position. If I was to stick my neck out, I would still say Tommy Fury, but I don't think it's going to be an easy night's work for him, which is still quite embarrassing to say the amateur pedigree he's allegedly got. So it's a tough fight for both, isn't it, really?
Yeah, yeah. It's interesting what you just said there about how Tommy Fury's not been improving so much and Jake Paul has. Do you think it's a bit silly that Jake Paul, with all the money and fame he has, he's turning into boxing? Do you think he's doing it because he truly likes it, or do you think he's just doing it for the money?
I don't know, because I do try and put myself in their shoes, because obviously as a working class lad, I've always boxed. It's kept me out of trouble. Every time I've not been boxing, I do get into trouble. If me and my family was set for life with the money in the bank like he's got, would I still be doing what I'm doing? And if I'm honest, I probably would. So there's a passion there for it. So if he's got the money to enhance that passion he's got for it, if it is genuine passion, then that's fair enough. At the minute, I feel he's making a mockery of it, because he's padding this record out. He's not really fighting anyone of any caliber. This will be his toughest fight, don't get me wrong. But you've got lads like myself and working class lads that are far superior boxers, and obviously we don't get a look in because we haven't got as many followers on Instagram, and that's all it comes down to, really, isn't it? I did call him out. He didn't. No one replies. I get a lot of kids challenging me on this, and I've offered him that WBF international title. I says it's a 10-round fight. He could fight me for the WBF international title, and he could do that. So if he weren't doing it just for the money and he wanted a bit of a title, it's there. I'm in the position to give him that opportunity to come try and take it. I don't think he'd last past 6 rounds with me, to be fair. And obviously, I don't. It's too dangerous a fight for him, and I don't think he'd take it.
What sponsors do you want to thank?
Well, I'd like to thank them all. And funny enough, I'm out seeing them all now. I've got my posters here, which I've got all my sponsors on. So obviously, I'd like to thank Court Crane Hire, Dynamic Engrave and Print, Safe House Health and Safety Consultants, Mankind Barber takes care of my hair. He's given me a good trim this morning. JF Knight Funeral Directors, top people up there. We got us plumber on standby, AGE, Heating and Plumbing. I'm just off to see Paul now at Bespoke Parts Limited, deals with all your car parts and modifications. Top lad, he's my newest sponsor. I'd like to give Adam a big thank you up at Steel Roots for his amazing contributions to my career so far. If you need all your indoor growing stuff, he's up there. I've got Temple Pearson deals with all my finance side of stuff and mortgage side and stuff. Steel City Gutters, Confidential looking after my teeth and get me some nice gum shields done. And obviously the Devonshire Arms up at Middle Hanley, where I am soon to be getting married. So I would like to thank all them people, everybody at Riley's Boxing and Fitness Centre, everybody behind the scenes that helps me be here. The Promise Army, because obviously I'm out and about today delivering tickets. This is the side of the sport people don't see. I'm running around dropping these off, but I've got a big enough fan base that obviously I'm out delivering these tickets quite a lot. So I get there with them, and obviously these are the guys that are making this happen for me. So yeah, thank you to all them.
All right, and thank you for taking this interview, mate. I really do appreciate it.
Yeah, not a problem. Not a problem.
Good luck with your fight. Congratulations on getting married.
Well, thank you. Much appreciated, mate. You take
All
it
right.
easy.
You too, mate.